Hello guys, Nick here, and welcome to my ranking of Sherlock Series 4 episodes. I did do this ranking earlier, however my one of my memory cards ran out of memory, so I had to swap them, and I've had lunch, so I've had some time to refresh. So let's redo the ranking, and I've got my camera in an awkward position. Okay, okay, here we go. So the episodes from Series 4 are, Episode 1 is The Six Thatchers, Episode 2 is The Lie Detective, and Episode 3 is, The Final Problem. And before we start, yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as the reviews for the last two episodes, because I'm filming them on the same day, and the original recording would have also featured this. So let's get on with the ranking. Number 3 is Episode 1, The Six Thatchers. Okay, this one isn't really a Sherlock episode. What it is, it's also not quite, because whilst we do have some of the Sherlock elements, like the mystery of the boy and the Six Thatchers, the boy in the car, after we get revealed about that, so my eye's a bit hurty, it just changes complete direction. We completely ignored the Moriarty thing. The first half isn't even the mysteries. There's other stuff going on. They're just the most interesting stuff. And when Sherlock can do spy thriller stuff well, but it shouldn't take over the series. It's always been a crime drama in mystery solving series. Sorry about that, I just had to change my angle on the camera. And yeah, this one is not that Sherlocky, and yeah, it's not that great of an episode. It is a good episode, but it's not that great. And I'd probably say it's my second least favourite of Sherlock overall, after The Empty Hearse, which is the opening of Series 3. Okay, so moving on to number 2. Number 2 is Episode 3, The Final Problem. Series finale, and possibly the last ever episode of the show. And it's a great episode. It's a bit different though. It's the least Sherlocky episode actually, because using the formula, Six Thatchers didn't really follow the formula much, but this one's very unformula. There is some mystery. The main one is finding out more about Euros and what happened to Redbeard. But it's more of a life or death situation kind of a story, and to be honest, it's quite tensionous, so has as much, if not more, tension than a normal mystery. And yeah, it's a pretty thrilling episode. The cast is on top form with this episode. I think this is probably the best acting-wise. It's not perfect with the story, but it is really, really good. It's not like Six Thatchers where it needed a few more rewrites. This one was mostly on the dot. It just needed a bit of a sorting out. And most of the problems with this series is down to the writing rather than anything else. I mean, that's most things we could say about recent Sherlock or recent Doctor Who. Yes, but Final Problem is really, really great. It might not be everyone's taste, maybe more so than Six Thatchers was, but it's great, but it's not perfect. But it is really, really good, and it would be the best of this series if it wasn't for one more episode that just slightly did follow the formula. So it's obviously going to be better. So number 1 is episode 2, The Lying Detective. Yep, so yeah, it's following the formula mostly of solving a mystery, so it's going to be better. It does take on a new turn, but that's fine with me, and it's actually quite an interesting new turn, and the fact it's a mystery solving episode, maybe not quite in a similar vein as Series 1 and 2, but it's kind of a newer take, and yeah, that was really good, and it's been brilliant. And I don't know why, but the second episode, at least for Series 2, 3 and 4, have always been the best. It was the weakest in Series 1, but the best for Series 2, 3 and 4. And for Series 1, the best was the third one, putting the first one in the middle. For the other series, the first was always the weakest and the third the middle. I don't know what it is. It's something about this pattern from 2, 3 and 4 that have these 3 episodes in this same pattern each series, apart from 1, which mixes it up a bit. Sort of. So, yeah, this has been a really great episode, and props for Sean Brooke for playing Euros. Basically, she's playing a character pretending to be 3 other people and then herself. So she's playing Euros, and then she's playing Euros as the lady on the bus, the psychiatrist, and Faith Smith. Euros as Faith Smith. Real Faith Smith appears later on in the episode. So props to Sean Brooke for playing about 3 or 4 different people. Yeah, 4 different people, although they're all one character. And that one character is pretending to be 3 other people as well as herself. So props to her for such a great job. And that cliffhanger at the end of this one was great. It's just a shame they didn't really explain it in the next one, how they got out. It's a bit like the Doctor Who cliffhanger at the end of The Impossible Astronaut leading into Day of the Moon. It's a great cliffhanger, but the resolution isn't so good. In fact, the resolution doesn't even make sense, just jumping to this point further on. So yeah, that's Sherlock Series 4, so I'll recap. Number 3 is Episode 1, The Six Thatchers. Number 2 is Episode 3, The Final Problem. And number 1 is Episode 2, The Lying Detective. That's the Series 4 ranking. I may as well do all the other series and the overall whilst I'm here. Series 1... episode 3 would be... Sorry, not episode 3. Number 3 would be episode 2, The Blind Banker. Number 2 would be episode 1, A Study in Pink. And number 1 would be episode 3, The Great Game. Series 2 would be... at number 3 is episode 1, A Scandal in Belgravia. Number 2, The Reichenbach Fall, which is episode 3. And number 1, episode 2, The Hounds of Baskerville. I got the name right. Series 3, again, it's like 2 and 4, it's episode 1 is third, episode 3 is second, and episode 2 is first. And that's The Empty Hearse, His Last Vow, and The Sign of 3. And overall, I'll include Many Happy Returns at the end. We'll just do all 13 episodes, including Abominable Bride. 13 is The Empty Hearse. Series 3, Episode 1. Number 12 is Series 4, Episode 1. Not The Empty Hearse. The Six Thatchers. Number 11 is Series 1, Episode 1, The Blind Banker, even though that was a great mystery. Number 10 would be... I think it's The Abominable Bride. Yes, The Abominable Bride. Number 9, Series 2, Episode 1, A Scandal in Belgravia. Number 8, Series 3, Episode 3, His Last Vow. Number 7, Series 4, Episode 3, The Final Problem. Number 7, Series 4, Episode 3, The Final Problem. Number 6, Series 4, Episode 2, The Lying Detective. Number 5, Series 3, Episode 2, The Sign of 3. Number 4, Series 2, Episode 3, The Reichenbach Fall. Number 3, Series 1, Episode 1, A Study in Pink. Number 2, Series 1, Episode 3, The Great Game. And number 1, Series 2, Episode 2, The Hounds of Baskerville. And to include many happy returns, I'd probably put that behind the blind banker, so it'd be number 12, and therefore Six Thatchers 13 and Empty Hiss 14. And I don't know about the Study in Pink original pilots. It probably wouldn't be too far behind the broadcast episode. So that's it for my Series 4 ranking, and indeed my entire Sherlock series ranking, as well as the individual series. Thank you for listening, and hopefully next video should be the Q&A video. Hopefully you've done all those questions for me, and that should be coming out. I'll be recording it next week. At time of recording this, it's the 28th of January, no, 29th. So hopefully I'll be recording it 4th, 5th of February. So hopefully you've asked all your questions by the 3rd. And if it's not yet the 3rd, you have until the 3rd. And if it is the 3rd, you've got until midnight. I say midnight because I'll be collecting them on the 4th. So, yeah. Well, collecting all the ones I haven't got yet, double checking. Yeah, thank you for listening to this. My next review will be La La Land, and I will be doing 2016 film rankings around or during half term. Really, the next video that should be coming is the Q&A, if not La La Land. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Second, I'm going to change this angle. There. A bit better. Sorry, I just had to change my angle a second. So no. Series number 9 would be Series 3, Episode 2, His Last Vow. Not Episode 2, Episode 3. Number 8, Series... Number... 2... Number 6. Number 6, Series 4, Episode 2, The Lying Detective.